Hello everyone. So let us say they are asking, there's a question saying that sketch the graph of okay, sine 2x minus pi by 3, right? Let's say 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1 is equal to f of x, right? So let's say there's a question saying that sketch the graph of sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1, 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1. So first of all, let us try to find the minimum and the maximum value of this function. Okay, so let us try to find the maximum and the minimum value of this function, right? So how to find the maximum and the minimum value of the function? Now you know that sine function, sine of anything, sine, let's say here you have sine 2x minus pi by 3. So you know that sine function is always between minus 1 and 1. It's always between minus 1 and 1. So let us say they are asking to sketch the graph between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So let's say this is the question. All right. So now you have 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1. So if you want to have 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3, you will have to multiply every side, each and every term by 2. So you will have 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 is than or equal to 1 into 2. So you have minus 2 times 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 is less than or equal to 2. Now you can add everything by minus 1. So you plus 1, because you have plus 1 here. So plus 2 minus 2 plus 1 less than or equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1 is than or equal to 2 plus 1. So you end up getting minus 1 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1 less than or equal to 3. So you know that your function is lying between, your graph is gonna be between it's gonna be between minus 1 and 3. So if you try to sketch the graph, right, your x-axis is gonna be, your x and y-axis will be as follows, right? So you can have a nice line like this. You can have, so this is going to be your x-axis, this is going to be your y-axis. So this is how it looks like, right? And here it's going to be, let's say pi by 12, okay, and then you're going to have pi by 6, okay, 2 pi by 12, no? And then you have 3 pi by 12. 3 pi by 12 means it's equal to how much? 3 pi by 12 is going to be 3 over 12, it's going to be pi by 4. It's going to be pi by 4, and then it's going to be 4 pi by 12. So it's going to be pi by 3, right? And then it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 pi by 12, and then it's going to be 6 pi by 12. 6 pi by 12 means it's pi by 2. So these are the values. And here you have minus pi by 12, and then you will have minus pi by 6, and then you will have minus pi by 4, minus pi by 3, and then you're going to have minus 5 pi by 12, and then eventually you end up getting minus pi by 2. And you know that your graph has a minimum value of minus 1, because you have already found it, right? And your graph has a maximum of 3. So if this is 1 unit, this is 1 2 3. So now your graph must be in between these two regions. The graph must be between these two regions, all right? Oops, somewhere around here, right? So these 3, these 2, okay, these 2, y is equal to, and this y is equal to 1, all right? Okay, so now if you try to sketch the graph of this, now you have found the minimum and the maximum value. Now we'll see where does the graph, at which x value you have a minimum value for the function, right? So minimum value, minimum value for the graph. Minimum value, at which value of x you have the minimum. So let's look at that. So now you know that the minimum is -1. So -1 must be equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1. So if you take it to the other side, -2 is equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3. Divide both sides by 2. So you have -1 is equal to sine 2x minus pi by 3. So if you simplify this now, -1 means it's sine minus pi by 2. Sine of minus pi by 2 is equal to sine of 2x minus pi by 3. Now you can apply the general solution. So general solution. So what is the general solution? 2x minus pi by 3. 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to n pi plus -1 to the power of n times minus pi by 2. Now this is the general solution for pi, right? This is the general solution for sine, right? Where n is an element of z, right? I hope you remember from the class, right? So you know that n pi plus -1 to the power of n times theta is the general solution, right? For sine, okay? So here we have two sine, you know, this side you have sine, this side also you have sine, so you can directly apply this. So if let's say n is equal to 0, if n is equal to 0, then 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to, here you will have 0, -1 to the power of n, -1 to the power of 0 is going to be 1 times minus pi by 2. So if you try to simplify this, you will have 2x is equal to pi by 3 minus pi by 2. So this will eventually give you minus pi by 6, right? So x will be equal to 2x is equal to minus pi by 6, means you have to divide both sides by 2, then x will be equal to minus pi by 12. So x will be equal to minus pi by 12. At minus pi by 12 you will have a minimum, that is -1. Okay, so now let's find the maximum. Okay, do you have any other minimums? Possibly you may have, you can have, but anyways, fine, we'll go to maximum now. Okay, so let's think about the maximum. Okay, let's think about the maximum. Okay, maximum, right? So maximum means it should be 3. So 3 should be equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3, right, plus 1. Take this to the other side. So 3 minus 1 must be equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3. So 2 is equal to 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3. So 1, you can divide these two sides by 2, so then you will have 1. So now 1 means it's sine pi by 2. So you know that sine pi by 2 is equal to sine 2x minus pi by 3, right? So if you try to apply the general solution, you would end up getting 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to n pi plus -1 to the power of n times pi by 2. Theta here is pi by 2, where n is an integer, right? So it should be an integer. So now for different values of n, you will have different values of maximum values. So we'll say if n equal to 0, just let's think. If n is equal to 0, this part is going to be 0. So here it will be a positive term, pi by 2. If you take it to the other side, it's going to be pi by 2 plus pi by 3. So pi by 2 plus pi by 3 means it's like 150. 150 divided by 2 is like 75 degrees. So 75 degrees falls in this category. So you can say if n equal to 0. If n equal to 0 gives you a solution. So 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to 0 plus pi by 2. Take this to the other side. So 2x is equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 3. So this will give you 5 pi by 6. So now if you try to simplify, x will be equal to 5 pi by 6 into 2, because all it was 2x, no? So I'm getting this 2 also. So x will be equal to 5 pi by 12. X will be equal to 5 pi by 12. So at 5 pi by 12 you have a maximum, right? You have a maximum. So your graph is something like that. So we can see whether you have a maximum somewhere around here or not. We can think about it. Okay, so let's see, right? So now if you substitute -1, will that work? So if you substitute -1 to this equation for n, what will happen? -1 minus pi minus pi by 2 is minus 3 pi by 2. Okay, we'll see. If n equal to minus 1, right, if n equal to minus 1, right, then 2x minus, I'll use a different color to visualize differently. 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to minus pi minus pi by 2, right? So it's going to give you 2x is equal to plus pi by 3 minus pi by 2. So if you try to simplify this, 2x is equal to pi minus 6. No, 6 is the common denominator, so 2 pi by 6 minus 6 pi by 6 minus 3 pi by 6. Okay, so this will give you 2 pi minus 6 pi minus 3 pi is minus 9 pi, minus 9 pi over minus 9 pi plus 2 pi is minus 7 pi, so minus 7 pi over 6, but that is 2x. 2x is equal to minus 7 pi over 6, so x is equal to minus 7 pi. So now we understand that we get the minimum value at 5 pi by 6, maximum at 5 pi by 6. So we have marked it on the graph, but unfortunately 7 pi by 12 does not fall in this in this region, so we will not be marking that region. So now let's try to find the points where it cuts the x-axis. Okay, well, let's try to find the points where the graph cuts the x-axis. Alright, so let's try to find the points where the graph cuts the x-axis. Okay, points where the graph cuts the x-axis, right? So when the graph cuts the x-axis, it's pretty much clear that the function f of x must be equal to 0. I mean, the y value must be equal to 0 in this graph, right? So that's the idea, right? So if you want to find the if you want to find the points where the graph function cuts the x-axis, what we're gonna do now is we will be substituting the function 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 plus 1 is equal to 0. So then if you take this 1 to the other side, you will be having 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to 0 minus 1. So 2 sine 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to minus 1. Divide both the sides by 2. So you will be having sine of 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to minus half, right? But you know that sine of minus pi by 6 is equal to minus half. So you can substitute it. Sine 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to sine of minus pi by 6, sine 30, no? Right? So sine 30, it works that way. So now you know that you can apply the general solution. So 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power of n times negative pi by 6. So this is the general solution. So now where n here is an integer, right? So you can say n is an element of z. So for different values of n, we will be getting the solutions that x can have. Okay, so if you substitute n equal to 0, here it will be minus pi by 6. If you take it to the other side, I think it's a point between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. So if n equal to 0, let's substitute n equal to 0, then you will have 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to 0 times pi. 0 times pi means it's 0, no? Plus minus 1 to the power of 0 times negative pi by 6, right? So then you're going to have 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to, this is going to be 0 completely, this is 1, and here you have minus pi by 6. Take this pi by 3 to the other side, so you will have 2x is equal to pi by 3 minus pi by 6. So this will give you pi by 6. So 2x is equal to pi by 6, meaning x will be equal to pi by 12. That's the idea. So at x equal to pi by 12, okay, you have an intersection point. Here we go. So you have an intersection point. So you will be having an intersection point. All right. So now what happens? When n is equal to, let's substitute in another value for n. If n equal to let's say, which value will suit for us? If you put if you put n equal to -1, I think it's gonna be -7 pi by 6. -7 pi by 6 divided by 2 is 7 pi by 12. But I think if n equal to -1, it will work. If n equal to -1, it will work. Okay, so I'll go for a different color for the clarity. Okay, so if n equal to -1, if n equal to -1, then 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to minus pi plus -1 to the power of -1 times minus pi by 6. So this is what we have. So 2x minus pi by 3 is equal to minus pi, right? -1 to the power of an odd power is going to be negative, right? Negative times negative is going to be plus pi by 6. So you're going to have plus pi by 6. So 2x is equal to, take this to the other side, minus pi plus pi by 6 plus pi by 3. So now you have 2x is equal to minus pi. You can multiply up and down here by 2, right? So then the LCM becomes 6. So you have 3 pi by 6. So plus 3 pi by 6. 3 pi by 6 means it's going to be pi by 2. So now you have minus pi plus pi by 2. You can multiply up and down by 2 here. Then you will be getting, right? So then you will be getting so 2x is equal to minus pi plus, you can multiply up and down by 2. So minus 2 pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Eventually you will end up getting minus pi by 2. But this 2x is equal to minus pi by 2. So x will be equal to minus pi by 4. So x will be equal to minus pi by 4. So at minus pi by 4 you have an intersection point. Okay, so fine. So you have found two intersection points. Now you have found at pi by 12 there's an intersection point. At pi by minus pi by 4 there is another intersection point. Now let's find the end points, right? So what happens at pi by 2, minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, right? So at the end points what happens, right? So let's try and find them. If x equal to minus pi by 2, then 2 sine 2 times minus pi by 2. Okay, minus pi by 2 minus pi by 3. Okay, these separate, is plus 1 is your f of pi by 2, right? So this is going to be minus pi by 2, f of minus pi by 2. So if you try to simplify this, you will have 2 sine 2 times minus pi by 2 minus pi by 3, minus pi by 3 plus 1. So minus pi by 3 means the function is in the second quadrant. So your answer will be positive, right? So 2 sine pi by 3, it will be similar to 2 sine pi by 3 plus 1. So 2 sine pi by 3 will be pi by 3. Sine pi by 3 means it's like sine 60. That's going to be root 3 by 2. So 2 times root 3 by 2 plus 1. So your final value is going to be root 3 plus 1. So it's going to be root 3 plus 1. Okay. So that's going to be root 3. This is the answer. Okay. So it's going to be root 3 plus 1. Okay. So now at minus pi by 2, your answer is now root 3 plus 1. So this is 1, right? 1 plus root 3 means somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here, right? It's going to be root 3 plus 1. Okay, it's going to be root 3 plus 1. So you see that your graph is now smooth, and you understand how things are going to be. So if x equal to pi by 2, then what happens? If x equal to pi by 2, then what happens? 2 sine 2 times pi by 2 minus pi by 3 plus 1 is equal to 0. So you will have 2 sine pi minus pi by 3 plus 1 is equal to, it's not 0, it's going to be f of pi by 2. Sorry about it, f of pi by 2. Okay, so here you will have 2 sine pi minus pi means it's in the second quadrant, so it's going to be 2 again. It's sine pi by 3 plus 1. So again you will have root 3 plus 1 as your answer. So here it's going to be root 3 plus 1. So you see the graph, I think. Here we go. So now if you try to sketch the graph, your graph will be absolutely smooth, right? It will look like this. This is gonna be your graph. Okay. So this is gonna be your graph, right? So now so here it will be pi by 6, right? So this will be your graph. Okay, so you found it using using the general solution and points, right?